Well, collectors, here we are. It's August the 2nd, 2021, and in the past we've done some unboxing videos, and you guys really seem to like them. So I've had several boxes that have just come in, and to be honest with you, I don't have a clue what's in them. And for all I know, there could be a dead chicken or something worse, or maybe some great things. I don't know. But we'll, if you want to, we'll open them up and see what's there. Let me just first get a cigar here, and got to maintain my my position as obnoxious smoker and drunkard. So I have a drink here too, just to keep me going. So here we go. We may as well start with this one here and see what this is. Move some of this out of the way here. This guy did a good job wrapping it up. It's all certified with all the postage stamps and everything. So let's see here. Maybe if you're really lucky, you can watch me cutting myself with this razor. I hope not, though. I should get the name out so I know who it is, in case there's nothing inside. Sometimes people don't put their names in here, and that's a bad thing. See if I can just get that name off. Yeah, here we go. Alright. That way I'll know who sent it to me after I get done with all this. Sorry to waste your time with that stuff, but... Oh, another box inside. A box in a box. I guess there must be something kind of fragile for somebody to do this. Well, let's see. This looks like some kind of a dagger, and this is really heavy. I have no idea what that is, but we'll put this box down on the floor then, and what shall we look at? Let's look at the dagger first. Boy, this thing is really, wow, is this thing wrapped? Holy cow. I don't know where to start with it here. I'll try doing it this way and see what happens. Got to be careful too. You don't want your razor to scratch things when you're opening them. So you got to be a little bit tentative with it. See, when somebody wraps something like this, it's very, very difficult to get to, and I don't have a lot of time around here. Now I got to mess with this for an hour, and oh boy. Holy cow, this is terrible. Wow. There must be 100 pieces of this plastic wrapping around this thing. Man, oh man. Well, you'll all be asleep by the time I get this thing open. Oh boy, what a terrible thing to get open. Well, whoever sent this in, if you're watching the video, I'll tell you, you send me some stuff next time, would you please wrap it a little differently? This is just too difficult to get into. Oh, alright, we got something going here, it looks like. And it looks like we're going to see an SA dagger, I think. Oh, I still can't get out. With all that stuff. Oh, man. Boy, oh boy. This better be worth it all. I had to just give this to Debbie to open up and get back to you with it. But, let's see, maybe we're making some headway here. I don't know, this is really difficult. This is absolutely the worst stuff in the world. I guess it protected the dagger pretty well, though. I almost prefer that popcorn to this kind of stuff, but oh boy, what a mess. Wow. Oh boy. We still got trouble even with that. You gotta be careful not to hit the grip here. Maybe a sharper razor would be better too. But, all right, here we go. Aha! Well, I think it may have been worth all that aggravation. That looks like a pretty nice early SA dagger. Got a good anodizing, good early hanger, nice grip, good on the back, no problems anywhere with it. Got a kind of a crushed ball, not all the way, but somewhat crushed. And a good blade that just needs some wiping off. It's got some old hard grease all over it. And it's made by Max Weiersberg. But when you see this old grease, a lot of times it's hardened on blades that have been stored for years and years, and it's easy to get off if you just use a little W2, or if you're not patient enough with W2, acetone will work great also. But you got to be careful with acetone because it's explosive, and if you're using it around your heater or something and all of a sudden the pilot light goes on, you're going to go on with it. So I suggest the W2 stuff. But that looks like a pretty decent dagger once it's cleaned up a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This is just, if this is wrapped, it looks like it's wrapped the same way, although this one we can unwrap. Maybe 1,000 turns and we'll get to the base of it. Come along a little bit here, but I guess if I knew that these were packed this way, I probably would not have done this for you, because I don't want to waste your time with all this nonsense here. But we're already into it, so that's the way it is. I hope this is something nice. We'll see here. Yeah, we're getting there pretty good now. Some bubble paper, that should be easier to get to in this wrap. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Looks like 2 bubble papers here. Oh, I like this. This looks like a bronze here. Wow, it is too. Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is a nice Fuhrer bronze. It's also it's signed on the back. Maybe the camera can see that signature there. And then it looks like there's a dedication on the front. Looks like first prize for the 6th Company Infantry Regiment, 2nd Kriegsnacht 1940, whatever all that means. But I probably didn't translate it right, but you guys can look at it too. And but thank God that's an original bronze there. We do see some copies of Hitler bronzes, so you gotta be careful. That place in Texas that makes all the reproductions, they they sell Hitler bronzes, and somehow they make their way out into the marketplace and people try to sell them as original. But this one is original, so I'm pretty happy to have that. I like these kind of things. That's a good thing. Okay. So that's our first box. Let's see what's in this box. I hope it's a little bit easier to open. We shall see. Let's see what we got here. Well, looks like a dagger. Feels like a dagger. We shall see. Oh, there's a letter. We want to keep that with it. That tells me what the man wants. I appreciate it when people send a letter inside the box. Sometimes I get things and there's nothing inside the box, and I don't know whether the person wants to sell the piece, consign the piece, whether they just want me to look at it. I mean, you know, it's as a matter of courtesy, it's really good if you can put a little note in there of what you would like me to do, and I'll be happy to do it if I can. That works. Oh, we got a postal dagger here. Or do we? Well, I think we got some problems here with this dagger. The chain is not correct. It's just a Luftwaffe chain that someone put onto the dagger, and postal daggers have always nickel ringlets. The clip is also wrong on originals. They'll have a nickel-plated pot metal clip that's DRGM built into the casting, which this is just a Luftwaffe clip. Now, looking at the dagger too, I look at the crossguard, and it just, something about it I don't like. It's ill-formed, it's not crisp, and you know that the postals usually have these stampings underneath, and this one has stampings. You can see that, the DRP and the number here, but if you look at them, the stampings are gigantic and they're really pounded in there. I never saw a postal with markings that looked like that, so that makes me very suspicious also. I'm looking at the grip, and the grip is it has the bulbous shape, but the bulbous part is a little too far down. Usually it's centered where it starts to taper. This one doesn't. And the insignia also, it looks too big. The insignia is too big, and it's made out of copper. The original insignia is nickel. Now, on the pommel, here's something I noticed, that the pommels are usually a solid material, and I'm seeing brass showing through there. Can you see that, collectors? So let's look at the blade. Well, it's got a Wyersburg mark on it, but again, the trademark doesn't look right to me. And if you notice also, the blade seems to get narrower as it goes into the crossguard. Can you see that? It's almost wider here than where it is at the crossguard, and that's not supposed to be. The blade washer is not correct either. They're black washers, and they don't look like that. Let's just see what this thing looks like inside. Ooh, I hated the way that came off. It almost fell off. Yeah, see here you can see that this tang, somebody's been grinding it and fooling around with it to shape it. And, oh my God, look at this where it meets the shoulders. See, I mean, you just don't want to see stuff like that. Um, I don't know. I feel bad for this guy that sent me this, but look at this mess here. This collector's is another thing too. The swastikas in the cross guard, they're supposed to be enamel. If you look at these, they're made out of black paint. So this is obviously a reproduction. I mean, it might fool some people, but you know, now that you're watching this video, just remember some of the things that I pointed out. Look how ill-formed that is, too. The inside shape is not completely round, and see, this is a real piece of junk, and that's what you got to worry about. I mean, a postal dagger could cost you $3,000, $4,000. If it's really nice, $7,000. So, you know, this grip is terrible, too. See that is not the proper shape of what we want to see, where a tank comes through. So this is really a real piece of junk here. Sorry to say, but terrible. So that's something that that we'll send back with our love, but we just can't use something like that. Does everybody understand what we were looking at here? I hope so, because it's not something you want in your collection. Well, I'm sorry about that box. Like I say, I don't know what's going to be in these things. So you're seeing it as I see it. Well, let's see what we got here. Hopefully this will be something really cool. We'll see. Looks like it's boxed nicely. Got some good bubble wrap in it and all, and something. There's something, and that looks to be it. And no letter in there, or is there? Oh yeah, good. Okay. All right. There's a little note. So let's see what's in this stuff here. What do I do with my razor here? Oh, here we go. I guess I should get a new razor blade too after that mess. Well, here we go. This looks like something that we like to see. It's a SS dagger with a early SS hanger and an anodized scabbard. Got just the slightest little hit there, but it's not bad. And on the back side, it looks good. Little hit there, but the ebony grip looks to be in good condition. It's got a nickel eagle. Let's see what the blade looks like. It's got a good blade, just needs some wiping off. I see it's an 1196-38 SS, so it's an RZM piece. So it's kind of unusual to see a anodized scabbard with a RZM piece, and also the hanger is earlier than what the blade would be, because this would be a 1938 piece, and it has the plated cross guards. I suspect maybe that the scabbard on this may have been replaced, but a proper scabbard for an RZM vintage, a painted one, is I have a few of those around, and And there's always people that can use an early anodized scabbard, so we can kind of make this piece correct without any problem, and not hurting anything. As long as you use the proper vintage for the pieces, you're not really hurting anything. So that's that. That's a pretty good dagger. Let's see what we got in here. Looks like here's a belt loop. I hear the vacuum cleaner going on upstairs. Well, what do we got here? Now this looks like a good early dagger, and just looking at it, it looks like everything is the way it should be. Solid nickel guards. It's got a convex type SS runes, and notice a nice dull patina that the nickel gets, and the matching eagle, and a nice anodized scabbard with nickel fittings also. And it's got a real good vertical on it. It is an early one because we can see the clip is not marked either, so that all goes together. So it looks like we should have a pretty good thing here. Let's see, sort of looks like a Boker, but I don't know, we'll see. Wow, good blade, really good blade, yeah. Yeah, that's, and let's see if it is a Boker. Oh, boy, I'm good, it's a Boker. Now this is a very nice SS dagger. This is something I'm very, very happy to have. And any collector would like to have one of these too. A Boker dagger in unclean condition with anodized scabbard, the proper cross guards, and an early vertical hanger and belt loop of the right vintage in excellent condition. That's going to be a very desirable piece. So I'm glad to have that. All right, collectors. So we did pretty good on those SS's. Let's see what's in this next box. You can see where this hobby can drive you to drink sometimes, though. Alright, let's hope for something good here. I put a new razor blade in, so maybe we can get this open a little easier than the last mess. Yeah, it looks like it opens this way. Not very easily, though. This is the hardest part of my job, getting these boxes open. But that's good though, you want to pack things well. Just not this well. Alright, I think we finally got this thing open, and oh boy, now we got a bunch of popcorn to deal with. Wow, drive you to drink here. Let's see what try not to get all this popcorn all over the place. That feels like everything that's in there. I don't know, I don't see a letter, but I'll look later and see. Now let's see what's in here. Oh, more popcorn. Oh well, it's part of the business. There's a couple pieces in here. Yeah, I'm liking this. It looks like we got a pretty nice early first look Wappa. In fact, more than pretty nice. It's it's really nice. The leather is leather's really good, and oh, this is nice too. There's a monogram on the scabbard there. The grip leather's good, and the sun wheels are pretty good, although most of the nickel is going from in between the legs, but it's not bad. the same on both sides. I love the patina that the silvered fittings have taken on, and especially that monogram. I love that monogram. Let's see what the blade looks like. Oh man, yeah, this is a fine piece. That's an SMF. You see that, and it's bright as the day as it was made. It's these early first model Luftwaffes, boy, they have great nickel plated blades usually. They held up very well. So that's a nice thing, and with that super scabbard, and the clip is nice too. It's a little bit unusual with a opening in the back, but it's all nickel. This is really a very, very nice piece. I like that. Let's see what's in the other bag. Looks like another first model Luftwaffe. Well, you can never have too many of these. All collectors want one for their collection. They're great looking daggers because they have that medieval design about them. Now this looks like another pretty good piece, and it's got the original belt loop on it too. It's got all nickel mounts, and the sun wheels are in fairly good condition, about the same as the other one. The leather is good on the grip, and the leather's really nice on the scabbard. A little hit there, but the leather's still there. It's just a little hit. That's a little shoe polish, and you get rid of that in a hurry.
There's a regiment mark.
Is there a regiment mark? Oh, I didn't see that. Wow. Yeah, can you see that, collectors? We'll look and see if it's marked on the dagger someplace too.
Look under the cross guard.
Yeah, good idea. I would have never thought of that, Ob. But it's not there. It could be under the washer, but I don't want to break it. I don't see any other marking on it. But maybe that's good enough. That's really well done, and it's done so it's out of sight, you know. It's also on the reverse of the scabbard mount. It's a flight group. See that? Flight 14. So that's something that that could be looked up. Oh, and the blade is, it's one of those Malsch pieces with the real light stamping, and also has a Waffenamt on the ricasso. So, and another really great nickel finished blade. You don't see anything on it, do you, Rob? No? Alright, so that's a couple of nice ones. I'm glad to have that. Glad to have them, I should say. I like that monogram. That's really nicely done. That thing is really beautiful. Totally professional, and wow, it looks like HS. Very nice. Okay, get this stuff out of here, and lastly, I'm going to assume that there's swords in this big box, and hopefully it won't be a nightmare to open. Have my razor here, please. Thank you. Let's see here. This should just be pretty simple here. Looks like it anyhow. Yeah, that's looking good so far. See, I didn't even knock my drink over yet. I don't want to speak too soon though. Let's see what we got here. Use these airbag things to pack this, which is probably good because a sword, it looks like one sword in here There's a lot of room around the sword, so by packing this way you can keep it from moving around. And then the shipper, or the collector, also put this styrofoam thing on the end. Well, let's see what the heck this is. You know what? I don't know what it is so far. Oops. Ah, here we go. And there's a little letter wrapped around it. It looks like we're going to look at a samurai sword here. I had no idea I was getting one of them. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. This can come off of it. I'm glad the man sent a letter. Let's see. So far, the color of the scabbard is a little different than I'm used to seeing. It's not that usual olive drab, so I'm not really a samurai guy. I might have to ask some people what that means, because whatever it is, it looks original to the sword. And the sword's wrap is still in good condition. The decorative pieces are in there. Let's see what the blade looks like. The tsuba is pretty plain. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Let's just okay. This is probably not an old blade, meaning that it's a World War II made vintage blade. And an easy way to tell that right off the bat is if you feel at the ricasso, if it's not sharp there, usually that's a machine-made blade. On the handmade blades, they'll be sharp all the way up right into the ferrule area. But still, it looks, the blade is in nice condition. I think I have to research a little bit what the color of the scabbard means. But I'm sure there's somebody out there that's interested in a nice conditioned samurai. If the blade's not that old, then they're not that expensive either. They become affordable. So we'll put this back in here. So I guess that's all I have to show you for this this opening. I'm sorry. I think it took longer to open the boxes than it did to show the things, but at least you did see a bad postal, and this is the kind of stuff you got to really watch out for, because you can really get stuck. The daggers we got are really nice. I told you the scabbard looks like an earlier scabbard than the dagger, but that's an easy thing to straighten out. And this SA dagger and the Hitler bronze are both nice things. So I think that's a worthwhile half hour or so just to look at that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll keep you updated as more stuff comes in. Thanks a lot for watching.